night due to players' availability as far as interviewing. So we started at 9. Y'all be popping up at 9 o'clock on here anyway, man, to join the space when I be trying to get out, man. So I did y'all guys a favor for real. But yeah, we started late. We're gonna speak about fall practice, preparing for the second scrimmage. We'll speak about Dade County. Dade County has football games this weekend. Kind of similar to like I guess you could call it a kickoff classic. I guess I'm not sure if that's what they call it, but I guess you could call it a kickoff classic at the Mecca, which starts Friday. I think the first game started at 5, and then it's 2 games Friday, and I think it's 3 games Saturday. So we'll speak about that. What's going on, Streeter?
What's good, my guy? What's good? You were just in the press conference, right?
Yeah, I was in the press conference, man, listening to the guys, man. Hakeem Mesidore kind of stood out to me, man. That man seems anxious, like he ready to get back out there.
That boy look totally different. Boy got a whole hairdo.
Yeah. He like he got his body into like better shape than it was, which is what he said, because he was hurt. So when you hurt, you're gonna only do 2 things, man. Actually, work out and get mentally better, which is what he basically said. The crazy thing about it is, we speak about Ruben Bain so much, how good he had his freshman season, and we forget that the year Mesidore had prior.
The same, and at West Virginia, he had the same amount of sacks, right?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, we forget prior to that. So it's like now you have both of those guys on the D-line to go along with Tyler Barron, Elijah Austin. We'll just speak about the defensive ends. We ain't gonna talk about the interior guys. That's a kind of a scary defensive end. Like,
yeah, he kind of got into it, bro. Like he kind of got into it about his foot and that shoe. It got complicated. He said he got his foot scanned numerous times. Different shoes made. It got kind of complicated. He said he was frustrated, angry. I'm just glad he got through that, dog. Cause we interviewed him when he first got here, bro. And I mean, good kid, man. He's had a long football journey from Canada to Florida, living in somebody's basement. He just say he's hungry at this point.
Yeah, he hungry. And basically was a mentor to Ruben Bain last season. So now he's being a mentor to the younger guys, basically being like a leader in that defensive line room. That's good, man. Look, I keep telling people that D line gonna be something serious, man. Cause he basically said he's gonna play all positions, outside, inside. He said he's willing to play the jack position.
Yeah, that boy said he'll drop back in pass coverage, right?
I mean, I get that because he wants to be on the field. He wants to be on the field, man, because sometimes, man, you're looking at that D line, you're like, boy, I might not get on the field. Yeah. So he like, man, coach, wherever I can play, put me in. I'll play whatever. I go put my finger on the ball for the kicker or something.
Yeah, he just sound hungry, dog. We also got to talk to Damien Martinez. And Damien Martinez was at the youth football game this weekend, man. One of the craziest youth football games I've seen in a while. Ravens versus Sunnyland. Sunnyland got all down south on it. The whole down south has gotten behind Sunnyland 13U. From Frank Gore to goddamn Lamar.
Yeah, everybody. They're down
everybody,
south.
The whole down
that
south.
Team Sunnyland is basically what that team? What was it? Lauderdale Lakes? What was was it the Rambo? I mean Lamborghini.
Lambo?
Yeah, Lambo. Remember the Lambo
team? Whole down south from Coach Cooney to Lamar Miller to Trick Daddy. Where was Trick Daddy originally from?
Down south.
Hey, the whole down south was on Sunnyland sideline this weekend in a crazy game, and Damien Martinez was there. So I asked him, was the atmosphere like in Texas? He said he was surprised and he got to hear Blue live because I guess he just thought it's something we just talk about, but it's just like a reaction we have down here. He said he got to hear it live.
Yeah, they don't really hear that like live. When they come down to Miami, they talk about it, but they don't really get to hear it unless one of the players take them to the Mecca or stuff like that, man. But yeah, Damien Martinez, he spoke about the running back room, the competition. Basically not being a drop off if they get substituted in and out the game and stuff like that, which is the importance of how and why the season didn't go good for Miami last season, because when you did take off certain players, it was an immediate drop off. So just speaking with most of the players over the past weeks and for practice, the one thing they're saying is it's not going to be major drop offs. When they could put somebody else in and it can still be running as smooth as it's supposed to be. That's the one thing that's been standing out to me so far, as far as fall practice and stuff like that. John Jr., what's up? What's good?
Man, what's good, man? Blessings to everybody, baby. What's going on?
Chilling, man. Ready for some football. What's happening?
Chilling, man. Hey, y'all got me hyped about Mesidore, man. I was just reading the article.
Yeah, Mesidore got me hyped because I'm like,
yeah, Mesidore was hyped.
Listen, man, John, you played football before. If you ever had an injury or you had to sit out a game, it's not good watching other people out there.
Heck no.
Especially when you might be better. So when you get back at it, it's like you just, man, can't wait to just get out there and kill somebody. And he's like, man, listen, I'm finna get back out there and I'm finna eat.
And let's be honest, dog, with all things considered, if he's healthy, he's literally the best D lineman we have. Even better than Bain. Like, that's the reality.
No, I truly agree. I truly agree that because for one, he stops the run good and he rushes the pass good. He's a complete defensive end.
And his motor is incredible.
Yeah. So and then he could play all the positions. He could play in or outside. So I'm like, yeah, him and Bain, man, I think it's gonna be hard to block both of those guys regardless.
Man, I see him as a problem. If he's back, like you say, we keep talking about Bain and the other, additions that we have, but he's the best one out of all of them. Like, as far as, like you said, the most complete, he has the most experience, and like I said, his motor is always on go. I mean, he is always on go. You get an improved Mesidore, shoot, man, y'all just had me thinking about that. You get an improved Mesidore, bro. This is the best D line in college football.
Yeah, you get that. You get a healthy, improved Mesidore to go along with Bain, to go along with what Tyler Barron brings. They kind of forgetting about Elijah Austin. He was one of the top PFF defensive ends in the entire college football last season. Then you go with the interior guys with Simmons, Barrow, C.J. Clark, Justin Scott, Cook. Once Cook gets back on the field, yeah, that thing gonna be scary, man. It's gonna be real scary.
Hold up, X. We ain't gonna let John Drummond just gave us a little drop. He said he was reading the article, dog. Yeah, because the Mesidore article is already up in the crib in the Discord.
Yes, sir, man.
Already.
Hey, I gotta show me. I hit y'all with some messages. I'm like, man, I had to download the app. I'm like, what am I doing here?
Yeah, dog. So he just gave us a drop, man. So the article, yeah, we got a Mesidore article up, man. The Damien Martinez article up. I mean, with technology, dog, we can get them things up pretty fast. But I mean, everything they said, bro, like is in there. And Mesidore I told him I asked him to sum his football journey up and where he is today in one word.
Hungry.
That's exactly what he said.
Hungry. I'm starving. He said, I'm hungry. I'm starving, man. Man, talking to Damien Martinez, when Damien Martinez spoke about, I forget who that was. They asked him a question about, when he runs through the hole. I mean, it was kind of an obvious question, but he runs through the hole. Who is attacking him first? And he spoke about the linebackers. How they got like a battle going on between those guys. Listen, I don't want to hype you guys up, but I'm gonna just keep it a buck. This is the first time in a long time I've seen it with my eyes. I've been around you for a long time. I have never seen this type of competition between the position groups, in a long time. Like the wide receivers and the defensive backs are battling. The linebackers and the running backs are battling. Obviously the offensive line and the D line, they're battling. It's like every position groups is battling. It's like they pushing each other to get better, but they also pushing each other to be better than that group. You know what I'm saying? So it's like this is something. Look, it was an article written yesterday. I guess a dude said Miami has to go 11-1 for it to be a successful season. If it's a 10-2 season, it's unsuccessful. I'm ready to jump on and say I agree. We have
it's unsuccessful in the minds of if Miami go 10-2, that'd be the first time they won 10 games in how long?
Since 2017.
Okay, and before that.
That's improvement. I'm sorry. That's
it is improvement. I think I understand what people saying with this roster. It should be 12-0, 11-1. I get it. No, I understand what they're saying. You think it's a failure?
I think they're saying it because of the schedule we play. They looking at the schedule. They not. I don't even think. Okay, so if you're looking at our roster and then you saying, look at the schedule you play and look at the rosters for everybody else, you're saying, shit, y'all should beat everybody on that roster. I mean, on that schedule.
Yeah, because it don't never look like you're going to lose to Middle Tennessee or Georgia Tech.
It never looks like that. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, but so who? Okay, I'm trying to figure out because I've seen a couple of sound bites on the national telecast, and two of them talking about Miami being overrated, and I'm trying to figure out like if we're coming in at 19, and because they asked Feinbaum, whatever his name is who's the overrated team on his AP. I'm like, how is being ranked number 19 overrated? That means they think we're worse than that. So I guess you got the half that feels is just hype, and then a half that, like you just said, looking at the roster and looking at the schedule. So I'm torn in between. Like it's I guess it's like how
had him at 16, John. I think one had him at 19, one had him at 16.
So
what's the difference in opinion?
It's still in the middle, right?
Yeah, but why you think it's that wide range of individuals? Like some people think, okay, 10-2 is a failure. Some people think like, man, I overrated anyway. So it's like, what you think got us there?
What I got out of it is basically they're saying we're overrated because of the coaching. They're not looking at our talent. They say y'all always got talent. Y'all just don't have the coaches to get y'all to where y'all need to be. They looking at what Mario did last season with the Georgia Tech game, his clock management, stuff like that. They're looking at that and saying, well, since he's still the coach, y'all not going to be successful. That's basically what they're saying. I guess that stigma, that stigma is going to stick over Mario's head until he doesn't shit the season no more. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say 11-1 season, they can't put that stigma on his head no more. You know what I'm saying? 10-2, they probably still can't do it, but you're saying shit, y'all should have been better than 10-2. So that's what I got from it. That's basically what they're saying. They just basically saying, Mario, his coaching isn't up to par with Mike Norvell or Dabo or
and that's why I know people that say that they never did a deep dive, right? Because if you say what you just said a couple of minutes ago about the roster and how we haven't had that in decades, right? Like a long, long time. And then people say, oh, they always have talent. And I'm like, well, where's the talent? Because if this is the most talent we've ever had, it's like they're not judging Cristobal or the University of Miami off of that. They're judging off the past, and it's the perceived. I think we've been perceived to have a ton of talent. Because let's just look at the roster 3 years ago. Let's look at the roster 2 years ago. Where's that talent? You know what I'm saying? Like, where's that talent to actually win 10 games? Now, you combine that with the schedule, and you can kind of see some things went awry. Okay, yeah, you possibly right. But now it's like, but you never had that feeling that you got now.
I agree.
I think the transfer portal, right? I think the transfer portal adds to that, John. I think the transfer portal has doubled what Mario was already good at, is recruiting, right? And then I think transfer portal and Miami has taken advantage of it. Has filled up the room really fast, where there's competition behind competition. I think we had talent, John. I think we had talent. I don't know if we had the depth at talent. I think the teams we line up again, only 11 players can go on the field at a time, right? So a lot of times you can't tell me that a Georgia Tech team is more talented than a Miami team, right? Or NC State is more talented than a Miami team. I
Well,
don't know if we have the depth, John.
I think it's potential, right? So let's just not to get on anybody, but just look at how you see James Williams playing. He never gave that kind of effort when he was playing at Miami. I'm seeing him get off block,
Never, not even the
get in the
last.
hole. You feel me? So it's like you can say, "Oh, he played at Miami. Oh, yeah, I had talent." It's like, yeah, but that talent didn't play like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I saw Will Mallory block last year in the NFL. He was actually blocking. I watched Will Mallory for 4 years. I didn't ever see him block like that.
Yeah, he didn't
So
block at Miami. Corey
yeah.
Couch is making plays in the NFL right now, bro. Like,
Yeah, John, I was just finna say that. Like,
yeah,
look at Leonard Taylor. Like Leonard Taylor, if Leonard Taylor gave that effort that he's giving now, he would have been a first round draft pick and been much better for us at Miami. You know what I'm saying? He didn't give that same effort he's giving right now.
I guess that goes back to leadership then, right? So when Ed starts talking about coaching and people thinking about coaching, that word is so broad, right? When you start talking about coaching, I just think they're doubting our coaches. I don't think they know what to think because the transfer portal changes rosters so drastically, right? From team to team.
Yeah.
So you see Norvell jump in the transfer portal and go 12-0. So you got half of the people that's landing on that side. God damn, Miami just loaded up, plus got the best quarterback in the transfer portal. They gotta be good. And then you got some people thinking that, well, Mario has underachieved the first 2 years he's been here. So do we expect him to overachieve? And then they take that side of it. That's why I think there's two sides to it. When we talk about coaching, because I think when you say the word coaching, I think you throw everybody in there. Jason Taylor, Lance Guthrie. And I don't think we could do that because I think we got some guys on our staff that are some high level coaches, right? It's just that the body of work has been underachieving for the first 2 years.
You know, it could have been also some what you said, X. You talked about it when you first started on competition. Like that competition is part of that leadership. Think about it. If James Williams and Leonard Taylor had to fight to stay on the field, like I think that would have brought that dog out of them.
Exactly. That is what exactly. That's what developed players. I think, John.
Well,
think what developed players
remember when I spoke about that earlier.
The dude behind you pushing you. I don't think it's coaches all the time that develop players. I think it's you being pushed at Georgia, at Alabama, because the freshman is as good as the senior, and your ass can't get hurt, or you can't give the. And I think that's what developed kids. Go ahead, Ed.
Yeah, remember I spoke about that earlier when we was in the Discord. I was saying, remember if Leonard Taylor came, or he went to another school, he went to Georgia, Alabama, and he didn't have to start his freshman year. He had to actually work to get on the field. He's a much better player. He came to Miami knowing I'm better than everything in this room. I ain't got to do shit because I'm better than them. All I got to do is show up. And it was true. He had to show up and, he was going to play. But if he had somebody to say, well, shit, boy, that kid is better than you. You got to outwork him now. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have that. James Williams, he had to start his freshman year once DA started losing. Him and Cam had to start at safety. It's like they didn't have to sit and develop the proper way. They had to get on the field as pups. So when they got on the field, it's like a lot of their winning ways had to be gone because they had to say, shit, bro, we're in a whole different league now. But yeah, with the coaching thing, yeah, I get it. It's subjective. You know what I'm saying? Because 1 minute before he came to they were saying, oh yeah, Mario's a good coach. He just did this and this for Oregon.
Exactly.
Went into the and then he come to Miami. Now all of a sudden, oh, he's a horrible coach. He's the worst coach in the. Well, goddamn. I mean, can you make up your mind? There's no coach that's perfect. You know what I'm saying? Every coach done had some bad games. Damn, you know what I'm saying?
But that's how the media do it. You have, like you say, dog, Mike Norvell could have got any job when he did that at UL, right? Any job. Now it's like, oh my God, he's on the hot seat. Will he ever get hired again? It's like, whoa, this man, he's the same coach. It's just sometimes the circumstances,
Yeah, it's like I said, it's subjective. It's crazy. You know, I hate speaking. Nick Saban, first year at Alabama, he wasn't successful. I mean, goddamn, you know what I'm saying? It took him a little minute. Harbaugh at Michigan, it took him years to be successful. I mean, you know, we kind of letting the media piss us off about 2 years for Mario when we know the struggle he needed to have in order for this team to get to where they at. We've had players on our team who talented but didn't really care. You know what I'm saying? They didn't care. They didn't put their all on that field. And it's crazy because I watched something the other day, and Entra Rowe was on there, and he was like, "Man, I don't even want to watch Miami because that's not my standard."
Yeah,
He was like, "That ain't my standard. I don't know that Miami."
Hey X, I don't know about X. Harbaugh was successful at Michigan, dog.
It took him years to be successful.
From day
Harbaugh was
one.
not instantly successful.
Jim Harbaugh first year was 10-3. His second year was 10-3.
His third and fourth year, they was trying to fire him.
Any Kane fan to take that shit.
I mean, his third, fourth, and fifth year, they was trying to fire that man.
They was trying to fire him because that Michigan Ohio State shit is weird. For Ohio State is literally maybe the #1 team in the nation on some polls, right? And their coach is on the hot seat. See, I think we get that caught up. We get that mixed up with their coach being fired and them not doing a good job. They get fired for not beating each other.
Yep.
Yeah. Harbaugh was 10-3, 10-3, 8-5, 10-3, 9-4. X. So yeah, man, we're gonna leave Harbaugh out this shit, X. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just
and you know, like speaking with some
Ohio State stuff, he probably wasn't doing.
You know, when I be speaking with some of the homies, the former Kings who played, you know, in the early 2000s and stuff like that, I think they still hold Miami to their high standard, which is why I think now some of the rest of the country is starting to say, well, yeah, Miami, you know, this is what we used to see.
Right.
In 20 years, y'all ain't been there. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's the joke. They saying, well, we know what y'all used to be, but this is what y'all are right now.
I mean, to Mario's credit, bro, like, listen, once you get there, you can't go back. So when he get there, he better be prepared to keep it. And I think low in the box, low in the depth chart, like, because once you get the 9 wins, once you get the 10 wins, you got to go up, right? There's no going back.
That's why I'm glad we had the fucking recruiting classes, boy. Look at here.
Right. So he doing it slow. I just hope it's trending in the right direction.
We just can't have a quarterback go from preseason, you know, top 10 to nobody even want him. You know what I'm saying? Like that would set you back. And we didn't have a backup, right? We didn't have a backup capable at playing at a high level. So
I got a question for everybody. Does Tyler Van Dyke get drafted?
Fuck no. I'm sorry. Excuse my language.
Yeah, in the Canadian Football League, maybe.
Y'all don't think he get drafted after this year?
He might not start the whole year, bro. Like,
he won't get drafted if he don't start the whole year.
He hasn't even been declared the full-time starter yet.
Yeah, they came out today and say he's going to start, but for him, it shouldn't have been that much of a battle to begin with. He's still having trouble reading defenses. You know what I'm saying? But that just shows you Wisconsin is probably in the quarterback drought right now.
They seem to be very concerned about him, X, and I have grown a talent of hearing what people don't say, and them coming out attacking Miami's coaching staff and that Tyler Van Dyke went through a lot here. All that told me was that they're concerned about their quarterback and they're trying to give him confidence.
Damn.
That's how I took that, John. I mean, why else would you attack Miami and say that Tyler got PTSD from going through 3 different OCs? That article was crazy. But that was concern for their quarterback position. They ain't tricking me. That's what I hear. They're trying to give their quarterback. That
was a crazy statement to begin with. Like, yeah, what the fuck you worry about Miami for? We don't play each other, so what the hell you worry about us for one? if he's gotten better, he should forget all what he did in the past, right? He should be like, well, yeah, he's better. He's better than what he was. That's it. But again, any jab you could throw at Miami, they gonna do it because Miami is Miami. You know what I'm saying? We still move the goalposts all the time, so it's cool. Let's get into a little bit of what we're expecting for the second scrimmage, which is Saturday. So basically, the second scrimmage, and this is what I've been told. It's really no depth chart right now. It's really no depth chart. Everything is basically position battles, getting comfortable with each other on the field and stuff like that. After Saturday is when you'll pretty much get a idea, a sense of how the depth chart is going to go and stuff like that. Because from what I was told is they're going to try to put players in who play good together, not just saying, okay, let's just start the best 4D linemen. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Bain and Mesidore, it goes together, or Bain and Tyler Barron go good, you know, stuff like that. It'll be like situations like that. So it really won't be that big of a deal as far as the depth chart, because now they trust the depth on the team enough to have 2 deep, 3 deep rosters. You know what I'm saying? Last year it was like, well, shit, we got this first unit. Yeah, boy, when this second unit come in, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? This year is we got the first, second unit, third unit, they can compete too. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see the depth chart after Saturday scrimmage and stuff like that as they prepare for the trash in the swamp. Canes, up the bets. Please up them bets. Up them bets. Them people gonna be trash, man. Trust me.
What's the line?
I think it's still -2.5.
Miami?
Yep, -2.5. Yep.
Yeah, it's crazy. Them people not confident, man. They not confident. They thinking, but again, I think their confidence comes from Mario being the coach. They think Mario just gonna fuck up. And I'm like, okay, well,
they lost 2 running backs for 1.
They lost. Well, one of the running backs transferred to Georgia. The other one is on the sideline right now. He's day-to-day.
Yeah, the one that's on the sideline actually outrushed NTN, right? Like he had more yards than NTN last year.
Well, yeah, he was the starter. He was the starter. So
right, and I think they just lost a defensive lineman the other day. I think he. I'm just saying, dog. Listen, man, we gotta beat these. But dog, if these people's ready to get beat, it's this year, dog. We got a damn quarterback up here telling the defense where he's throwing the ball and shit. Like, if we can't beat him, we got damn Marino, man. I don't know what to say, bro.
Hey, when you look at things coming together, right? As far as like, can we put all the pieces together, fast enough? Does it help with? I don't even want to call it his confidence, but just more of his willingness to be the type of character that everybody kind of gravitate to, right? We're talking about Cam Moore, and then like even the other guys, like even Barrow, soft spoken guy, Barron, like was it? I think it was key to get those type of character players in. Like even Brown, like it seemed like they just automatically mesh and fit because they have that kind of character. They don't have that, that lone character. I'm just go to the side and I don't know how to interact with you guys type.
I don't know, dog. You coached for a long time, John. Does that change the locker room? Like when you get a guy like Quentin Flowers Quentin Flowers kind of quiet, huh?
Yeah.
Like, does that change the locker room when you get a leader in there like that?
Hell yeah, because
but he got to be able to play though, right?
The more confidence and trust I have in you, the more conversations we have, right? Like whether it's conversations about things outside of life, video games, etc., even on the field. So the more I trust you, sure, we could talk about it. Like, so now we can have better on-field communication, or we can get better chemistry because we had that communication line wide open. I know I can talk to you. You're not. I don't consider you a stranger. So whether I may come off as vulgar or whatever, I know you're going to accept that, or you're gonna have a reception of, okay, he's just trying to get a point across, and you're not going to come at me. Hey, who you talking to, man? Like, so I know I'm not going to get that, so I could be open with each other. And hell yeah, that helps. That helps tremendously because now I can trust you on that football field.
You know how it helps, right? Just remember, when Derek King got here, he pushed Mike Harley, and Mike Harley had a good season. You know, he said he had a good ending to his career at Miami. So, you know, the charisma that Cam Ward has, he comes in and instantly start pushing not only the offensive players, but instantly the defensive players to get better. In the locker room, they're pushing each other to be better. It's like it's a friendly, jokingly competition. He goes out there and say, "Hey, Mesh, I'm coming your way," and he throws the ball to Matt the same way he said he was throwing it to. Everybody actually like, well, hey, who talks the most trash? They like, yeah, Cam Ward. He's talking trash. You know what I'm saying? So that right there alone says you got somebody who the rest of the team is ready to fight for. You know what I'm saying? With TBD threw an interception, he goes and sit at the other side of the bench. Don't want nobody want to talk to him. You know what I'm saying? Or he gets hit. You see everybody standing around saying, "Nigga, get up." You know what I'm saying? Get up. You know, I can guarantee you, if Cam Ward gets hit, somebody's running to help him up or push the other team off him. You know what I'm saying? It's the willingness to fight. Even like, you know, when Emory Williams, when he played in the Florida State game, you know, how when he got hurt, you see how the whole team, like the whole offense ran over there to see what was going on, and it looked like they was ready to get down.
Bro,
So it's like
last year from the sideline, when TVD would come to the sideline, I would tell Twan, "Hey, put the camera on TVD and let's see what they're doing with him." Bro, it was like he was the ugly duckling or some shit, bro. Like he would come to the sideline, whether interception or not, and stand by himself, not even by the bench. Maybe Restrepo come up, slap him on the ass. Maybe a coach. Bro, it was almost like he was in a bubble or some shit. Like even when he would do bad, he would come on the sideline. Maybe Dawson to say something to him, but it'll be him and by himself, dog. And it wasn't. There was zero interact, dog. I don't even know how the offense kind of gelled like that, bro.
yeah, I don't know, man, but that's not here no more, man. But yeah, that having Cam Ward charisma, man, his leadership, his character, it's definitely helping that team, man. Because now you're starting to see others, players have more confidence. You know, that's important. You gotta have confidence. You know, sometimes a lot of them players don't have confidence because they like, man, where I'm supposed to get this confidence from? But now they looking at Cam confidence and saying, shit, he confident, I'm gonna be confident too.
Hey, you know, we keep talking about Cam Ward, right? But this beast, I just read his article. Could it be just give Damien Martinez the ball and just get the hell out of the way?
I hope so. I hope that be the first line of shit they got to stop.
I mean, I would love for them to just look if we could turn around and hand the ball off to Martinez and he pounds them, and then you put in Fletcher's and he comes and pounds them, and then we put in Chris Johnson and Chris Johnson goes out there and runs an 80-yard run. I would love to do that. You know, I don't care about all of, man, you gotta pass. I don't care about that. I want the win. You know what I'm saying? But I do know Cam Ward is gonna throw that ball. It's probably and I'm gonna stand on this. I think it's gonna be like a 60% pass, 40% run this season.
What?
Yeah, I mean, you just don't bring Cam Ward in to say, man, you're gonna hand this ball off. You know,
Yeah,
they want Cam to throw that ball. For one,
but
his talent level, they know he got some weapons. They also trying to get him to the NFL. You know what I'm saying? They also trying to get him to the NFL. So they gonna throw that ball. Martinez, he's definitely gonna get his carries. He could reach up to 1,000 yards. But yeah, I think it's gonna be 60-40 this season. As far as passing around.
Man, I think the field's gonna be open so much that he might just get that 12, 13 just because, right? Not even because they were trying, just it's open. It's like it's there.
Like Antoine Easterling for Northwestern that year, like that man averaged 25 yards a carry, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
Because I mean they had to
You
defend the
gotta
pass. Hey, but these articles that John Drummond is telling y'all he's reading, man. If you want to become a villain, he's reading the articles in our Discord, which is the crib. We're gonna call it the crib. And you up there in the Jumbotron, man, if you want to be a member, a villain, you know what I'm saying? You can become a villain. These articles from tonight, the Hurricanes have been practicing late, so we got to interview Damien Martinez and Mesidore tonight. And Mesidore went in and talked about his foot, and we've already got them articles up at the crib. But go ahead, X, man, do your thing. And shout out to Sean Rounds, man. That's how John
Hey,
Lewis.
speaking of you just spoke, but you just said Antoine Easterling, right? So I just dropped the top 10 all crib talk teams all time, and I just only did it from the 90s to today, right? And I thought I did a pretty good job until people start coming at me hard, like, oh, you left out the 2013 Booker T, you left out the 03 Carol City. We went to Northern. I don't think Northern has one of those teams in the top 10. People from Northern, they mad at me. I'm like, well, hold on. I'm like, I can't be biased because I went to Northern.
Let me let you in on a secret, X. Anytime you do a ranking, you ain't never gonna get it right.
And that's what I said. I said, it's just a ranking what I thought. Like,
is exactly the reaction is that you want. You're never going to get it right. There's zero way to get it right.
I just look.
Rankings are created.
Like, man, listen, it is what it is.
Conversation.
It is what it is. That's just what I was thinking. And now, I was like, man, maybe next week I'll do the top 25 all crib players. I'm like, I don't even know if I want to do that one because they might threaten me.
No, you got to get used to that uncomfortableness, dog. There's no right way to do rankings. I learned that a long time ago. For all rankings do is create traffic because you're not going to get it right. You can all you can do is say what you believe.
Yeah, man. So we got there against the Dade County Kickoff Classic this weekend, which starts Friday and Saturday. Saturday, Miami Northern actually plays Armwood. Armwood has Pringle, the running back, Miami commit on the will be on the field. That's a game that's going to be interesting to see. Miami Central. The West plays Palmetto.
West play Palmetto. Central play Vanguard, right?
Central play Vanguard. Uncle Luke
plays
Miramar.
Yeah. It's like a 2-day thing. It's not a Dade County thing. This Miami Super Showdown is being put on by the guy who actually created Battle of the Bands. Okay. We got the official mic'd up, so we're gonna mic up a few kids out there in a few games. I got to know the dudes. I mean, they're trying to do this every year, bro. I mean, it's something big they're trying to bring down here. It's a 2-day event. You can go to GoFans and get the tickets, but I'm sure. I mean, it's the kickoff of football. It's probably where everybody's gonna be at Friday and Saturday. To be honest with you.
And they should have done something like this. And I was telling my home, but I thought like Dade and Broward should have joined together to do something like this instead of it just being Dade County schools and then the Broward County schools doing their thing. Like I thought they should have done something like that together.
You wouldn't rather see Armwood versus Norland, other than Norland versus.
I mean, because you don't get Norland versus Chaminade all the time. You don't get Central versus St. Thomas. You know what I'm saying? Or the West versus Heritage. You don't get those type.
You can get that. You can just shut off the rest of the nation in if you can get those matchups.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Because for one, these kids they playing against each other in Little League already. So why not keep it going? Once they get to high school, that's how it should be. Like it's a Dade versus Broward thing instead of it being bring some teams from out of state only way I say you keep the teams coming from out of state is if those teams are nationally ranked, then I'm cool with it. But just a team just to bring them, like, nah, man, make one of the Dade and Broward teams play each other.
But the kids love that though. Like the kids love that South Florida versus everybody. Like they St. Thomas would rather play an out of state team than play a Dade King, and that's not because of they scared of competition. Because none of them people scared of competition, but it's just the idea. Let's beat all these out of town teams.
Yeah, I get it. I know the kids love it. I was just saying, like, if it's gonna be the kickoff classic, then I would rather them do something like that with the counties. Because I think once Broward does that, Broward actually starts in the first week of football, which would count on their record.
Yeah.
So I don't think this week is going to count on their record. So if it's a kickoff classic, why not? Let me go see what, you know what I'm saying? Let me see. Norland is claiming to be the best team, one of the best teams in the nation. Chaminade, St. Thomas, they both of those guys won state last year. Why not Norland play one of those teams? You know what I'm saying? I mean, but obviously Norland do play Chaminade this year. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I would just do something like that. That's just me, but I get it though. So again, yeah, the second practice would be Saturday. Second scrimmage would be Saturday, and then that's it. No more scrimmaging.
I asked Damien Martinez, was they really live, right? Because we was kind of confused of where they tackling, right? Were they thudding? Were they tackling? So I asked him, like, were they live when he made his big run? And he just kept saying it was in the live session. So I guess he was just saying, yeah, they was tackling. I guess that's what he was trying to say, right?
Yeah. They was tackling. I get it, because a homeboy of mine tweeted me. He like, man, X, how you think the running game gonna be in the second half? I say, well, if we're up and the team got to keep tackling Martinez and Fletcher in the second half, I think the running game gonna be crazy. I think that's like 300-yard games, and those guys got to be tackled in the second half. Who wants to tackle two big bowling balls in the second half? You know what I'm saying? When your arms all numb and you can't feel it no more because you've been getting hit out the whole game. That's not a good sight. So,
yeah, man, just take advantage of the rules, right? Just take advantage of the rules, man. Keep players on the field and shit. Run a train, man. Just take advantage of the rules. Like I say, in modern football, I've seen top defenses get shredded. Like insane. Just because, some offenses can take, advantage of the rules. Just do that.
Yeah. I'm excited about this team. This is one of the teams that I've seen the depth that you want and need to be successful in college football, because you're playing 12 games. I mean, scratch that. You're not even playing 12. If you get to the ACC, if you get to the championship game, you're playing 13?
Yep.
And now if you get in the college playoffs, you're playing 14, 15, maybe 16. If you don't have depth, it's going to be a problem. And people was kind of questioning the fact that they're going up in the scholarship limit next year to 105. And I'm like, well, listen, what if a team got to play 16 games? Sometimes those kids' bodies not going to last for 16 games. If you don't have no depth, what you do? You know what I'm saying? So
we know, boy. We've had an entire running back room depleted for 2 years in a row.
Running back room, the defensive line room, both of those rooms last year was just done.
Black Luca, you got a question?
Oh yeah, what's good, fellas?
Good.
Hey man, I just wanted to ask, do he really think that 07 Booker T team was better than that 13 team? Just real question.
No. The reason why I put that 07
team. Don't explain yourself. Why you put it?
No. Listen.
Now don't be tap dancing. Well, yes or no, dog.
Yeah, I do.
What?
I think that 07 season was like, it was a miraculous season for both the West and Booker T. I think we've never seen that ever before.
Which two teams you said, Black?
He said the
That,
2013
that
Booker T.
man, that team,
Which
that
time out? Which
13
two
team,
teams?
probably
What two teams?
the 07 team with Brandon Harris them, and then that 13
Ooh.
team with Walson, Callaway,
That 13 was tough.
Chad. Yeah, that team was
Callaway. Who
That
the quarterback
team
was? Hard time.
hard time.
oh
Yeah,
that
hard
wasn't
time.
Treon.
Oh
That
no,
wasn't Treon. That wasn't Treon Harris.
was
It
it?
was
I don't
hard
think
time,
so.
wasn't
It was hard time.
Nah. Trayon was gone, I think, at that time.
That
Yeah.
Crayon team. That
Treyon didn't
team
play
was-
against us in third. He was on that Gators team that we beat in 13.
I don't know.
That was Jeff Driscoll. I don't think Treyon was in Florida
Oh,
yet.
okay, yeah, I think he probably was still there, or he.
Well, I will say this, that even though so that 07 Booker T went up and beat that South Carolina team with
Listen,
yeah.
Drummond.
Sumter.
When they went and beat that team, I see. Yeah, they. I had
Yeah.
to give them credit because
That
But-
was AJ Green them,
Yeah,
but they
AJ
didn't
Green
even
them.
win state. But Treon them beat 4 or 5 ranked national teams.
Yeah, now Treon them,
They
them
went-
niggas, they went on the
They
road
went
and
in-
they beat 3
yeah.
nationally ranked top 15 teams.
They went to VA
And blew them
smashed
and
that.
blew them out. Not,
And that was Josh Sweat them. That was
Yeah,
Josh Sweat
Josh Sweat
them.
them,
And then they
yeah.
went to Norcross and smashed Carter.
Oh yeah, at home on their field. That's
Hold
yeah.
on, that wasn't Treon that year though.
I think it was
I might
hard
be
time.
mixing the years
I
up.
remember the quarterback was a young boy. Only that was dude that was young playing after Treon was hard time.
yeah, I'm not sure it was Trayon that year. I think Trayon was still. He was there. I don't think he was the starter though.
at Florida.
No, at dude,
He would have had to
Booker
be
T,
at
was he-
Florida because he wouldn't have been on the bench at Booker T if he was there in 13.
Nah, that was hard
But
time, dog. That was a hard time.
So he was backing up Jeff Driscoll at Florida that year already.
I think so. Let me look it up right quick.
I got
we
I got
played
it
them
right, I
at-
got it right here, John.
All right, what it say?
Trayon Harris left. Trayon Harris graduated in 2014.
So he was on that 13.
So he was
team.
on the 13 team.
Yeah.
Okay, I might have missed. Look, that's that 07 man. I see them boys play like 5 games and I was on the field and I was like, yeah, this team is really.
Nah, their
praying.
team speed was ridiculous. Nah,
I was praying that they had. I was praying that they let them in the West play because I wanted to just see who was just the best team out of both of those guys. But I mean, yeah, that 13 team. And listen, somebody told me. I mean, well, they brought up the attention of Carol City 03 team, and I was like, yeah, I forgot that defense only gave up like maybe 30-something points the whole season.
That defense was biting, but that offense wasn't really.
Yeah,
that offense wasn't there.
Offense was garbage. The offense was garbage.
That shit was
but
anemic.
That defense was crazy
Who was
good.
on that 2013 team? Chad Thomas?
Chad was on that team.
Mark Walton.
Mark Walton. No, it wasn't Walton. It was the other running back.
Eduardo? Was it?
Yeah.
No. Clemens came out in like 06, 07, 09, 09, man. Oh, yeah,
it wasn't Eduardo?
Nah,
he was already. He had already left Miami by then.
It wasn't.
It was Mark Walton.
It couldn't have been Mark because Mark came to Miami in 2000.
No, it was Mark Walton because I'm looking.
14.
Hey,
Yeah.
So no. Okay, yeah, it was Walton. That's why you're right. Because I keep forgetting.
So I'm gonna jog all y'all men right here. Booker T. Washington teammate Trayon Harris, Mark Walton connected for a 30-yard reception in the 4A state championship versus Jacksonville Bowls. That was the year they beat Bowls, right, in December 2013.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're right. Because I remember he had reclassified and he had graduated early. That's right. Yeah, that 2013 team, they should have been on the list. I mean, I could have took St. Thomas off the list then, but
you had what 017 with pimping them?
Yeah, I had 017.
Yeah,
017 up there.
Speed.
Brandon Harris. Who was the other boy name? He came to Miami.
Johnson.
He was on that
Devon.
Devon. Yeah, Devon Johnson. Yeah.
Devon Johnson, yeah.
Yeah, that team was fast though.
They had a young boy.
fast
Remember, they had a young boy that was ranked Matthew Thomas. Yeah, was a young boy on that team. He was
Yeah,
like a
I
junior.
think Matthew
Or
Thomas. No,
sophomore.
Matthew Thomas came out in 13, so he ain't. What did Matthew Thomas
Hold on.
come out? I don't think he was on that 13 Booker T. He came out the year He came out the year. He came out 13, so 12 was his last football season. So 13, that's when Alex
I think
Collins.
Chad played 1 year after Matthew Thomas did.
Yeah, they had
Yeah.
Chad. Yeah, that 13 had Chad on there.
Yeah, Matthew was already gone.
He was young.
And Denver Kirkland.
Yeah, Matthew came out 2013.
Mm-hmm.
Well, again, that was my list, man. I probably did leave a few teams off,
Man, you X.
but
Man, we gotta have
the
a
teams
talk,
that I
man.
watched like that, man.
Now you gotta
Like I
stand
put
on
the
your
93,
list, dog.
I put the 93
Your list
South
is your
Bridge
list,
team.
dog. Ain't no right way to do it, dog. Man, we gotta have a call.
Hey, you know my
That
way would be
93 South Red team, right?
You know my way would be. This how I do it. Niggas hate it. I just say what, in my opinion, what team got the most dog, because all of them times, right? But I'm like, okay, if I say the top 10, like who are the top 10 teams that I know, bro? They ain't losing that game, bro. Like you gonna have to kill them. Like you can't, if the score is even, they gonna play a fifth or sixth quarter. So yeah, like I'm like whoever got the most, like the biggest dogs on their team, like that to me kind of settles everything.
Yeah, and then like I looked at it as this. Like I'm not okay. People said, well, yeah, they won state that year. I'm like, I'm not looking at it as the fact that they won state the year. I'm just looking at it as if I was to put them in a playoff bracket, these are the teams I think will win. And that's how I picked the teams. I didn't pick the teams just, oh well, they won state, they did this and this. No, I felt like if I put the teams in the bracket, these are the teams that I felt like was going to win against each other.
Hey, you know, one of the most talented teams, probably the last 2 decades, if you could say, if you wanted to go based off the NFL draft picks, I think it was that 09, was it that 09 or 2010 or 09 St. Thomas team with
Yeah, 09, yeah,
Joyner,
the
with
09 St. Thomas
Green,
team.
with both running backs, with Philip Dorsett, like Cody Riggs, I think his name was.
Yeah. They were loaded. They were loaded,
No,
man.
they had 7 draft picks on that team. Like, and they
Yeah,
ain't
they were
win state.
loaded. They were loaded. They were loaded. That team and that American Heritage team, they had what, like half of they whole secondary got drafted.
Yeah.
Two O linemen got drafted. Then you had a couple of D linemen. Yeah, so yeah, it's a lot of teams, man. But I'm just feeling like, man, if you put teams up against each other, it's gonna be some battles, man. And those are the teams that I felt like will win, man, because I've seen them in dog fights. I've seen them blow teams out. Like somebody asked me how could I lead the Kansas City team? Well, 2015, I think. 15, when they were blowing everybody out. I was like, man, they ain't played nobody. Like, how can I put them on the team, or how can I put them on the list when they ain't play? Who they played that they beat that you felt was that good? You know what I'm saying? It's a difference of, okay, well, they just basically better than everybody, or they just beating good teams, you know? So that's how that went, man. But
you know what? Let me add one more category, X, because you just thought you brought up that Kansas City, and I just had this play in my head. What's the greatest single play you ever seen in Dade County? And I thought in mine was 4th and like 30, Tutu Atwell versus Kansas City in the semifinals, and he got it, though. That was the greatest football play I ever seen from a jit all the way through adulthood.
Man, that might go back to Kansas City playing against Southridge in the Orange Bowl.
Oh, okay.
This was what, 96 or I think it was 96.
We're talking about Pat Jenkins catch?
No. I'm talking about when J Boy with Anthony Sands, he basically fake handoff to I forget the running back or fullback name, and the whole Southridge team hit the fullback, and everybody thought the play was dead, but when you turned your head, you see J Boy kind of like walking inside the end zone. It was like a 40-yard run, and they were like, hold on, how did he do that? You know what I'm saying? How did this nigga like that? Man, I never seen nothing like that. I was like, whoa, because everybody in the whole stand thought running back got the ball, they tackled them, and then next you know, they like touchdown, ethnic fans. And I'm like, what the hell? How did this happen? That was one of the best plays I've ever seen. That was one of the best plays I've ever seen. That it's a lot of them. It's a lot of them, man. Yeah, it's a lot of them, especially in the '90s, man. When I was young, man, yeah, I used to go to all them games, man. Especially my brother played, so I was definitely going to a lot of those games and stuff like that. But Kane Swag was good.
I'm cooler, man. I don't want
Yeah, man, we almost back. We what 2.5 weeks away from football. Well, Kane's football. College football starts next week. But we 2.5 weeks away from Kane's football. Hope you guys getting excited. Hope you guys see you guys up there at Gainesville. Yeah, it's almost back, man. I'm excited, man. That team is getting it going. Fletcher, yeah, everybody keep asking me, is Fletcher going to play? Listen, Fletcher said he's going to play. I mean, I'm only going to tell you what Fletcher's saying. He said he's going to play. I don't know what else to tell you. We got us a receiver room, man. That Sam Brown is something. I didn't think he was going to be good. I mean, that good when he got here. I thought like he'll be a backup, but he's definitely pushing for the starting job. Him and Isaiah Horton, they battling. JoJo, he's battling to get in that rotation. It's some serious competition going on at that school, man. And I'm loving it. I'm loving every bit of it. Todd Super, what's good?
That's what's going on, man.
What's up?
Hey, so you know how sometimes back in the past we'll either not have a defense or offense messing up. We ain't got a quarterback, or we always have something missing. And like last year, we thought we had what we needed, but kind of find out our quarterback can't read defense. So, is there like anything you think you can foresee that we may have an issue with, something like that, besides if an injury comes up, or just chemistry, off the first game, couple games?
Well, okay, so as of now, from what I've seen so far as fall camp, the only issue, and I don't think it's a big issue, will be the secondary. If our D-line not doing their job, then we might have an issue in the secondary. But I think the D-line going to do an outstanding job. It makes it a lot easier for the secondary to cover. That's the only issue I have, because depth in the secondary is the one problem that if something happens, then we got to start looking like, you know what I'm saying? But, if the D-line doing that job, then we should be good. We shouldn't have any worries with that secondary.
You think you think either Marquise Williams or Zaquan will surprise us if they're thrust into that role?
Well, I think Marquise Williams is going to play a lot, for one, because Messi might drop down to slot sometimes, or the money position, So I think he's definitely going to play in that role. Who else? You said Zaquan. Yeah, Zaquan. Yeah, he's going to have to play. But he's growing up a lot faster than expected, and he's accepting the challenge. He's definitely accepting the challenge. I keep telling people I think Marquise still like, as far as his IQ and his talent, is probably our better safety. But Jaden Harris he's bigger and he's faster. They like his physicality a lot more than they like Marquise' physicality. So, Uncle Luke, what's good? What's good, man? First off, congratulations, man, for you on interviewing Vice President Kamala Harris. Congratulations to that. No matter what nobody say, man, that's huge, man. You always been an inspiration, man. Without you, I wouldn't be able to listen to rap music. So I always got to give you your flowers.
Don't do that to me.
Don't do that to me.
I always got to give you your flowers, Uncle Luke, man. You know, I always got to give you flowers, man. What's
I
good, though?
appreciate you, my brother. How you feeling, man? How's everybody feeling today? How you doing, Johnny? Johnny the Bible, and what happened to my good friend over there, man? Y'all talking some good stuff. I just be sitting there listening, man. I'm like John said earlier. I'm excited about Mesidore. I call it Mesidore, whatever you got to do. And that I like that when that dude was healthy, I felt the same way y'all felt. He's not arguably, but the best defensive lineman we have. And if he full tilt, shit, that shit just got real for real. If you say he fully ready to go.
He's fully ready to go. He's ready to play right now today. He said if it's a game today, he's ready to play.
Oh man.
He is full go. He said his foot isn't an issue anymore. He's ready to go. He's you know, that D-line, they battle, because they know they got people behind them, you know, so they like, man, I don't want to get out the game.
Yeah, that's how it used to be, man. That's how it's supposed to be. Where when you playing and you know you ain't trying to come out that field, and because you got another dude behind you, and he gonna get out there and he chopping at the bits on the sideline to get out there and get some of that smoke. And when you got it like that, iron sharping iron, well, you in for some good shit. Because there ain't gonna be no letdown, like you said earlier. You're right. When we had a bunch of injuries, plus the when we went to that second team, it was a drop off. Right now, ain't no drop off nowhere. I don't see no drop off nowhere on the team. Whether it's running backs, receivers, O-line, D-line, linebackers, shit. You know, hey, look, the kicker, I don't know what backup kicker we got, but the kicker is, he gonna be drafted. That mother don't miss nothing.
Yeah, he made I think he made second team preseason All-American today. I think they put the list out today. So the kicker, he's a second team preseason All-American. So congratulations to him for that. It's no drop off. There's no drop offs. It's first, second, third units now. You know, you ain't gotta say, well, we can't play the second unit, but sparingly because we just don't have the depth behind them. Now it's so much depth going on that the third team is pushing to play in front of the second team, and the second team is pushing to play in front of the first team. So it's like, yeah, ain't no drop off.
And when you look at Florida, when you look at Florida's offense, what is the biggest threat on their offense? Who's the biggest threat?
Offensively, I don't see much of a threat. They was basically a big, you know, here, let's throw these, let's dick and dump. Let's check down, and let's run the ball. That's their big thing. But their offensive line isn't as good this year. And then, you know, they don't have the running backs that they had last year, you know, so I don't really see the threat with their offense. It's just the front the up front guys on the defense who I'm kind of a little concerned with, because those are some big fat boys. They got two boys,
right.
Like one is over 400 pounds and the other one is like 370.
400?
So, yeah. They got a boy. Now he's what? What he's like 6'5", something like that. 6'5", about 400 something. So he's a big, but he's just a big body. He just don't move.
Right. Taking up space.
He just take up space. But other than that, like I don't really have concern offensively for them. Defensively, their game plan is going to be to play Miami man to man, which I pray they do the whole game, and Cam is going to kill them.
Right.
They don't have the guys, I think, that could play or cover our receiver core. I don't think they do. They think they do, but no, it's not going to happen.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening. What's going on?
Yeah, I just wanted to add real quick, X, that if you're talking about a threat on offense, I would say it's Eugene Wilson. I mean, he's their best player on their offense, and he's pretty explosive. So,
we talk about Eugene Wilson, who averaged 8.9 yards a catch last year.
Yeah, but you can tell when somebody's talented, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Nah, he's good. He's real good. I mean, they got some good players, but I just don't think their offense, from what they had last season, from what I've seen, unless they doing some new stuff, I'm just not scared of work. They did a lot of bubble screens, and they did a lot of quick slants. They wasn't doing like, oh boy, they got receivers out there with 14, 15 yards per catch. No, they the highest receiver they had was 8.9 yards a catch.
Yeah, I think they did bring in Elijah Badger. I think he had 700.
Oh yeah, you talk about the guy from Arizona State.
Yeah. He had 750 yards or 800 yards, something like that. So I guess he's supposed to be pretty good. But honestly, I ain't worried. I ain't worried about that shit because, I just think that with the depth that we have at that defensive line spot, it's going to be extremely hard for Mertz. I mean, Mertz is going to be in hell the entire game. So I just don't see how, they give him enough time to create any explosive plays.
Yeah, it's gonna be a check down for him. It's going, and that's what he's good at. He's good at getting the 6-yard passes, 7-yard passes. He's good at that. But once he's getting pressured, then that's when he's gonna throw the ball away. That's one thing he will do. He's gonna throw that ball away because he's not trying to get sacked too much. So hopefully we can contain him and get him on the ground. If we can, control, we'll be able to stop that run. Yeah, I'm not worried about the Gators. Like I just don't think they're going to be good this season. But they do got some good players. They do got Eugene Wilson. They do got the little homie Andy Jean over there, who's been having a pretty decent camp so far for them.
They got a nice little freshman too running back. I think he better than Montreal, but they ain't got no line. So
yeah, you're talking about Jaden Ball.
Yeah, he nice, yeah. But I don't think they got no line.
And to be honest with you guys, I think we might see some of the backup quarterback, the DJ Lagway. I think we're gonna see some of him because he's the big threat guy. I don't think Mertz is just good at getting the ball down the field. So
you think they'll throw him in the game?
Man, if that D-line coming with that pressure, they're gonna have to. They're gonna have to, man, because he's not gonna get that ball down the field like they want to, And DJ Lagway, he throws down the field. That's what he do best. So I think we're gonna see him a lot.
Yeah, I just think honestly, I just think we have to start fast, right? 'Cause obviously, they got a loud stadium, right? And I think that you gotta go out there and block that shit out, and you gotta strike fast. You know what I mean? Kind of like what Utah did to them when Utah was the first play of the game, went up top on them, scored a touchdown, took the life out of that stadium. That's the type of shit we got to do. We just got to go, score fast and just take the life out of that stadium.
Listen, I keep telling people, man, first play of the game, man, we're going up top. Jacoby George touchdown over Jason Marshall or Kamani McLean. That'll quiet the whole stadium up for the rest of the game. They gonna be dead.
Hold on, you really think they're gonna throw McLean out there?
I mean, I don't know who they're gonna throw out there, man, but they gonna need somebody to cover George. And if they put Marshall on George, that's easy money.
They like that. They like that kid, Castell. That's that kid they keep talking about in their DB room. But
yeah.
Like I said, even if you give him even if you give him a onesies and twosies, like, all right, you guys got a couple good DBs. The problem is that I just think we just have too much firepower. Like, I mean, we are so deep at that receiver position. You have a stable of really good running backs. You have, if Elijah Arroyo stays healthy, which obviously he is right now, I mean, that's a weapon that we didn't have last year. Like, I just think it's going to be too much.
Yeah, I think offensively, I just don't think, even if they do so-called say they have good DBs, I don't think they have something for us. George, Restrepo, Arroyo, the tight end, I don't think they got nobody on their team to cover Arroyo. So it's just so much that's coming at them, man. And,
Hey,
and, and,
X.
and the way our offensive line looks right now, I'm not ready to say it's going to be better than last season, but that offensive line looks good, man. They look good moving. And if that's the offensive line we going out there in that first game, I'm excited. I'm really excited.
How do we like our center? Right?
Man,
How's he doing?
Zach is looking good. He's looking good. The only issue I have with Zach is he's not the vocal leader that Matt Lee was.
Well, I mean that's fine. I mean as long as he's
But
a
he's
fucking dog, we
stronger.
good.
He's stronger. He gets to the point of attack quick. He's just not the vocal leader that I want, Matt. That I want, because you do need a vocal leader in that offensive line room. But he's just not that guy. He's just a football player. You know, he's from the Midwest. He just want to play football. So, but I'm fine with that.
X, you get me?
Yes, sir.
Hey, word on the hood is in this scrimmage that just happened for Florida, they didn't even play Graham Mertz. I think they just gave DJ Lagway most of the reps. So I can see what
All right, fellas, we're gonna end it there. That'll be the end of the space, man. The full version, the replay will be you can catch it at the crib, which is our Discord, man. Become a member. The link is in the description. We appreciate y'all, man. We just want to jump on here with y'all and let y'all listen to the space for the people that didn't catch it.